Today is day 3 of the keys to peace and joy: forgiveness, gratitude, and compassion. So the third aspect of forgiveness we're going to talk about is restoration. And we're going to have some fun with the letter R. So what are we restoring in forgiveness? A relationship. So that's the first R. So forgiveness is about restoring the relationship between you and the person who may have injured you, or the person you may have injured. Or it could be a situation. Maybe you need to forgive yourself for getting into a bad financial transaction. I don't know, whatever it happens to be. But you want to restore the relationship to the way it was before the injury. Now, remember, you're not going to be able to restore it exactly the way it was, but you're going to make your best attempt. So how are you going to do that? The next two R's: repair, and then actually D.N.R. Do not repeat the behavior that got you into trouble in the first place. Okay? So we're dealing with restoration with regard to forgiveness. What are we trying to restore? The relationship that got broken by some activity or inaction, whatever caused it. And now you're going to try to repair it. Well, people say forgive and forget. We could forgive, but humans are not able to totally forget. They might forget for a while, but it always comes back. So don't worry about the forgetting part. That's probably beyond your control. But what you can't do is the third part, the D.N.R. Do not repeat, or at least promise, or gives the person you're in a relationship with an indication that you're not going to repeat the behavior. Another word for that might be conversion. You're going to convert in the literal sense of the word. So the word convert comes from a Latin root, which means to turn around. So conversion is not about doing penance or whatever you might think conversion is about. It's about changing your attitude. So if you had one way of thinking, you're going to turn it around, turn towards another way of thinking. So if you were invested in being right, well, maybe you'll invest in being happy rather than being right. Because I've been told you have a choice. You could be right or you could be happy. But likely you can't be right and happy. So when you're dealing with this phase of forgiveness, now you've gotten to the point where you're able actually to say, apologize, tell someone you're sorry, and now you want to give them a belief, some hope that whatever caused the break to begin with, you're not going to repeat. So this phase of the keys to peace and joy is restoration, and we're restoring a relationship. We're trying to get the balance back into the relationship, balancing the energy, balancing whatever it takes to feel that you're no longer out of whack. And you're going to try to do something to repair the relationship, and at the very least, convince the other person that you're not going to repeat the bad behavior that caused the problem in the first place. So tomorrow, we will go into the next step, which we'll reveal tomorrow. So stay tuned.